What if the Quran is not only a book to be read, but a reality that waits? What if its verses do not finish speaking when revelation ends, but continue to breathe across time? Surah Yusuf is known as a story, yet God Himself calls it Ahsan al-Qasas, the most beautiful of narratives. Beauty in the Quran, however, is never only emotional. It is layered, it is precise, it is alive. From the moment revelation descended upon the heart of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam, the Quran carried more than sound and script. It carried meaning destined to unfold. Some verses spoke immediately, others waited patiently for their appointed time. Surah Yusuf invites the listener into this mystery, not merely to hear its words, but to recognize when and how meaning is unveiled.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful.
The Qur'an is not composed of a single dimension. This truth has been recognized since the earliest days of Islam. It descends as tanzīl, revelation in its outward recited form, and it unfolds as Tawil, the inner and esoteric interpretation that reveals purpose, direction, and wisdom. Within the Qur'an are symbols, parables, and similitudes. They speak to the eye and the ear, yet they point beyond themselves to realities that must be unveiled. Surah Yusuf occupies a unique place within this divine structure. It is the only chapter revealed as a single, continuous narrative. Its form itself teaches unity, its content teaches patience, and its depth teaches that revelation is not static history, but living guidance, essential to Islamic understanding across generations. The greatest miracle granted to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam from God is the tanzīl of the Qur'an. This is the revealed word, recited, preserved, transmitted exactly as it descended. Yet Islamic tradition affirms that revelation does not end with sound. The greatest miracle granted to the true Imam is the Tawil of the Qur'an, the unveiling of its inner meaning. Without this living interpretation, revelation remains a form without breath. The Qur'an may be read, recited, even memorized, yet the soul may remain untouched. Meaning is not added to revelation, it is disclosed from within it. Surah Yusuf demonstrates this reality clearly. Its verses are simple on the surface, yet profound beneath. What appears as narrative is in fact guidance, waiting to be recognized. Among the Quranic signs are the disjointed letters, Huruf Muqattaat. They appear as fragments in outward reading, yet inwardly they are interconnected through bayan, authoritative explanation. These letters were revealed to the Prophet more than 1400 years ago. They stand at the opening of certain surahs without explanation, without immediate meaning. The common response has long been that only God knows their secret. This response is correct, but incomplete. Secrets in the Quran are not sealed forever. They are veiled until their appointed time. Their silence is intentional. Their unveiling is deliberate. Surah Yusuf belongs to this structure of veiling and unveiling, where meaning is revealed not by speculation, but by divine timing. Just as God creates every human being from the mingled fluid of physical parents, He also creates the human being spiritually through spiritual parents. These spiritual parents are the Natiq and the Asas, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam, and the Imam alayhi salam, through whom tanzīl and Tawil flow. From them, The soul is granted spiritual hearing and spiritual sight. As physical birth is impossible without physical parents, spiritual birth is impossible without spiritual parents. The Qur'an, without its true understanding and living interpretation, cannot give birth to the soul. One may read it, recite it, even memorize it, yet remain unborn spiritually. Surah Yusuf is not merely to be read, it is meant to give birth to recognition. The guidance of the Imam is therefore twofold. On the physical level, the believer requires worldly intellect to navigate life, responsibility, and action. On the spiritual level, one requires religious and spiritual intellect to recognize meaning, purpose, and direction. Both are necessary. Without balance, one becomes either blind to the world or blind to the soul. Surah Yusuf presents this balance through its story. It speaks of governance and morality, of patience and wisdom, of inner trust and outward responsibility. To fulfill the farmans of the Imam, the believer must cultivate both dimensions together. This harmony is not optional, it is essential. Surah Yusuf teaches that faith without understanding is incomplete, and understanding without guidance is misdirected. The unveiling of the disjointed letters was deferred until the time of the Hujjat of the Resurrector, when proof would appear upon the earth. This appointed time coincided with what is now known as the technological revolution, beginning in the late 19th century, continuing to unfold. The Qur'an itself points to this moment in Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 53. God declares that His signs will be shown in the horizons and within the souls until truth becomes clear. Today, these signs are visible outwardly in material science and its astonishing inventions, and inwardly they are destined to appear within the personal world as spiritual science. Surah Yusuf belongs to this unfolding where history, intellect, and revelation converge. The Qur'an itself speaks clearly about the reality of Tawil. In Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 7, God declares, "While none knows its Tawil except Allah and those who are firmly rooted in knowledge." This verse establishes a profound principle. The inner meaning of revelation is not accessible to all equally. It is guarded, entrusted, rooted in divine authority. Hazrat Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam explains this verse with precision. He says, "The messenger of God is the most excellent among those who are firm in knowledge. God taught him all that which He reveals to him of tanzīl and Tawil, and nothing was revealed to him except that he knew its Tawil. Then, after the Prophet," he continues, "those firmly rooted in knowledge, rasikun fil ilm, are the awsiya, the legatees. They know the entire Tawil of the Qur'an. Thus, revelation continues to live through those appointed to guard its meaning." The unveiling of the reality of the disjointed letters is not achieved through speculation, not through academic effort alone. It can only be granted by the Imam, and then only through a humble servant, an arif, who is first sacrificed spiritually and then intellectually. Such a soul was Allama Nasir Hunzai radiyallahu anhu, an Ismaili and the staunch follower of the Imam, a steadfast believer who devoted his entire being to the service of the Imam. Through divine permission, he authored more than 120 books on the esoteric interpretation of the Qur'an. This knowledge was not claimed, it was bestowed. Through such devotion, the silent letters begin to speak, not as sound, but as light.
In one of his poems, Allama Nasr Hunzai, radiallahu anhu, declares that if his imam were to invite his pen into service, it would walk upon its head and never tire. In another, he says the fire of love for the imam burns within his heart, that the imam is the ointment for his wound and the medicine of his soul. Through living guidance, what once appeared disjointed becomes a single, continuous reality. Surah Yusuf teaches this lesson clearly. Revelation is not frozen in the past. It is alive. It waits for recognition. It waits for balance. And it waits for the moment when the soul is ready to be born.
Revelation is not finished. Meaning is not sealed. The journey continues where recognition begins. Subscribe, reflect, comment, click the bell, and continue the spiritual journey ahead.